Hello and welcome. Are you a golfer who suffers from occasional or maybe even regular soreness or muscle tightness, and you're finding that it's impeding you at work, but especially in your golf game? If that's you, then this video is for you. Today we are going to conduct a product review on a product that's just for you. The FITINDEX Vibrating Peanut Massage. And sometimes we need more body care than we have the time to go get or afford. No problem. That's where we're going to take a look at this product here, the FITINDEX Vibrating Massage Peanut Roller. It's really interesting, really cool. So let's get into it. So even if you aren't a connoisseur of massage therapy at this point in time, please understand and know that most of us know, even if you don't know it, you feel it. Our daily lives put a tremendous amount of stretch on our bodies, from sitting up on the steering wheel, 2-3 hours a day, from typing at a keyboard constantly, to texting, the old hunch. That's causing real problems for many of us. It's putting a lot of strain and stress on our skeletal systems, which then support our muscular systems. So it's really important for us to try to manage and mitigate those aches and pains just from a practical level. As a golfer, all of those things really affect our enjoyment of a game, but even more so our range of motion and consistency in swing and movement. So anything we can do to manage that is a real plus. So now I mentioned how we've come so far in exercise science and we know so much more about the body. There are now an absolute plethora of products on the market focused on massage therapy and percussive therapy devices in particular. And they are awesome, unbelievable. In fact, there's a wide range of too many to count, ranging from moderately expensive, say maybe in the $50 to $60 range, all the way upwards to $600 or $700. So obviously there's something for everyone in there. But we thought we'd start with our review of some of these important products by starting at the lower end for a product that's accessible for most anyone. And so that's where we're starting today with the FITINDEX Massage Peanut. Just FYI, I've probably botched up this name 2 or 3 times in this video, but it is by FITINDEX, and the actual name is the FITINDEX Vibrating Peanut Massage Ball. I think I keep screwing it up because it looks like a peanut, right? It looks like a peanut, not a ball, but actually it's called a peanut massage ball. So I wanted to get that straight. Okay, so when I received the product, it came in a nice simple box. Here it is. You can see, very nice, lightweight. One of the things I really did enjoy about the box, not too much waste. I mean, we've got to be conscious here, right? Inside the box, very simple packaging. We had the AC cord, right? So it just plugs in, simple outlet, right? And it plugs into the side there. And the actual unit itself, very handy. Kind of looks a lot like a little dumbbell or something like that. You could actually double for sure as a nice little dumbbell. So nice, concise packaging. So the first thing I noticed here when I took it out of the box and kind of, fiddled around with it is that this is a very nice and solid device. It comes in at, I believe, about 7 inches in length, and I guessed about 2 or 3 pounds. And then when I looked up on the documentation, it weighs just under 2 pounds at 1.8 pounds. So it's great. It's nice and light, but it has the bulk that it will need to support your body as we begin using it and using it for therapeutic device purposes. Now, one of the things great, it's made of this very kind of smooth yet tacky silicone design, and that is great because a couple of things: antibacterial, easy to clean, and of course we're going to be using it and touching it, and several, multiple people can use it, of course, but also a lot of times we're kind of tacky after a workout, sweaty, and we'll need to keep it clean and fresh, right? Always. And these grooves make it easy to hold on to when you're rolling on it, but even just simply holding it. And that's important because, it is at the end of the day a couple of pounds, and we don't want to drop it. So smooth, silicone, rubberized, feeling good, works. So now I think that one of the biggest benefits of this little unit here is that it is small, and that's some great portability. So whether that's fitting into your gym bag, or kind of throwing it in the car, or even throwing it in your rollerboard if you're about to travel, that makes it convenient, ease of use, right? And you can use it frequently to help improve and maintain good body care. Now, for those of you who travel a lot with your traveling golfers, this is great. Think about how easy this is to carry when you're going on that trip and you're going to play 36 rounds a day for 4 days. You got to take care of that body. You've got a little soreness and a little tightness, and of course, you want to play well each day, so we need to take care of ourselves. But sometimes we may not have time or resources or access to run down to the local massage therapist or the hotel spot, right? So this is perfect, perfect, perfect. The device has 4 modes: low, medium, high, and auto. And it's hard to kind of see there, but you can maybe perhaps see the little lights there that they are illuminated at this time. But there are 4 dots here, and there's a dot representing each level, or additive, if you will. So if it's low, 1 dot, medium, 2 dots, so on and so forth. So you get a clear idea of the power. And I will tell you, you probably will be very surprised, pleasantly surprised at the vibratory power that this little thing generates. I gotta tell you, I was shocked. I had no expectations, so I guess maybe that was part of it, but it's very powerful. So let's turn it on and see what it's all about. So I'm just gonna leave it in my hand so you can kind of get an indication of the vibratory power of each level. So I'm turning it on. Well, it's probably kind of good that I have on this bracelet because you can hear the shake. So that's level 1. Level 2. You notice my hand's moving pretty well. Level 3. When you hear it revving up, it's going well. My whole arm is feeling it. I'm just holding it in my hand, folks. I can feel it all the way up to my shoulder and my scapula, which is a good thing. Highest level. There's a lot going on here. This is a really good little piece of technology here. And so to stop it, you just hold it down for about 2 seconds and it shuts off nicely. There's also, of course, you can shut it off manually by just holding that down at any time during the cycles. Now, in addition to those blue lights that indicate the vibratory level that you're on, there are also red lights here that will tell you the battery level. So when you fully charged, of course, I believe it's 3 lights, and then it kind of goes down. Battery time is very good here. So when I initially charged it right out the box, it had a little bit of juice, but of course I wanted to begin putting it through the paces, so I wanted to have a full charge, and I wanted to see how long it took. So the first charge took about 2 hours, and what I found is that depending on the frequency of the level that I've been using it at, that the charging will of course be dependent on that. So for example, I found that I use it quite a bit on the low to medium levels. That seems to be sufficient for my body in the places where I've had the most success in using it. And then once the battery is depleted, the charges take about 2 hours. So in those instances where I was using it at the much higher level, particularly on the larger muscles, my glutes and my hamstrings, that charging took a little bit longer. I guess the battery was just kind of wiped out, and that took anywhere between 3¼ to 3½ hours. But it's no big deal. Use it, plug it, go someplace else, do something else, plug it in, and it's ready to go, because when it's ready, it is full power. So it's a good charge, reasonable time. So we're learning about the FITINDEX Vibrating Peanut Massage Ball. Tell me this. On what part of your body or parts of your body do you think you'd be most likely to use something like this? Let me know in the comments below. So as I just mentioned, you can always shut down the vibrating peanut at any time during a cycle. It has the 4 modalities, as I mentioned, and each of them, no matter that mode, lasts 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, it's going to max out. You simply just hit the button again, but know that it will just not keep constantly going. So my overall thoughts of this device: this is a great tool for overall management of some basic body work. It's cost effective, it's compact, it travels well, It's well built, it's very sturdy, and so it's a great place to begin. Moreover, for some active relief and therapy and maintenance of the body, it's just about the size where it works really well as a roller. So you can find that you can get on the ground on your mat, and roll out those hamstrings, the glutes, hips, flexors. I have really tight flexors, so I use it all the time. In that regard, it's great. And it's simple. Now, I will say this. Because of its size and its design, it is not going to compete on a precision basis with some of the higher end therapy guns that are on the marketplace. At the same time, this retails for around $60, but we have really good pricing below. Please check out our affiliate link below. This is retailing at $60 or less, and many of the therapy guns enter the marketplace. Their entry point might be $250 or $300. Recently, I was at a trade show and I saw several of them selling for excess of $500 or $600. So $50 maybe at most, or $500. This is a great starting point to know if a massaging tool or percussive device is for you. And of course, there's always room to upgrade, right? But we need to start somewhere. So I highly recommend this and found it to be delightful. So I hope that you'll give it a try. If you enjoyed this video and you found it to be helpful, please let us know. We thank you for taking the time to spend with us, and we will see you in the next video.